Ancient Evil is Treyarchs' love letter to Greek mythology, whilst also being by far the best map in Black Ops 4. But is Ancient Evil the best map in Call of Duty Zombies? Hopefully this video will answer this question. How will I be reviewing this map? This video will be made of 5 parts. 1. Map design and how it flows, also zombie type. 2. Atmosphere and characters. 3. The wonder weapons of this map. 4. Easter egg. And 5. Gameplay. That all said, let's dive right into it with Chapter 1. The map design of Ancient Evil can easily be chopped off into 3 segments: Overworld, Underworld, and Mount Olympus. Let's start with the Overworld. The Overworld is where you spawn in with the zombies being held down by the Oracle, also known as Medusa, which I will discuss in heavy detail in the next chapter. So you basically fly through round 1 almost like transit, which I really like because come on, round 1 is so boring. The Overworld is by far the brightest part of the map with such pretty colors and so much saturation. Just look at this, it's beautiful. Like every Chaos map, you go to the Sentinel artifact and activate power. Unlike every other Chaos map, there is a super fun holdout stage in which we get introduced to our main antagonist, Perseus, and he is Zeus's nephew, and Pegasus, which I will go into extreme detail in the next chapter. You also get introduced to a new zombie type, being Spartans. Basically, you have to get a headshot to kill them, and if you shoot their body, they will respawn in again. And I really like them, not being too strong and not being too weak either. A nice change from the regular pace, and they fit in so well this map. Pegasus comes in with a clutch to save you from the large horde of zombies. You now turn on power for the entire map and you may go venture around this beautiful overworld, whether it's these altars to the gauntlets, beautiful trickling streams, statues to the Greek gods, to the Spartans or philosophers, these markets that feels like you're in it, and this beautiful theatre. Ancient Evil by far has the most charm in any zombies map to this day, and I will die on that bridge. You will start to build your shield, and whilst doing this, you will spawn in the Giganes, which honestly is a great boss. It's a nice mix in between Panzer and Brutus, having tons of health, but able to hit you from afar. This boss is a serious threat, so you will always want to target all your firepower on it when he spawns in, and he fits in so perfectly into this map with a Spartan shield and spear, while also feeling like it just came out of the Greek mythology. Absolutely perfect. Then you fly on Pegasus to the Underworld, which shows this amazing cutscene which just wow, is so beautiful. Then you spawn in this Underworld, and now those vibrant and popping colors have now disappeared, being replaced with dark greys, dark greens, and dark reds. And damn, this part of the map is beautifully crafted with this huge stone snake you walk along, this blacksmith area where you can build Pegasus Strike, which is basically homunculus if it was on steroids. You turn on Pack by shooting at the 2 cages, one spawning a Giganes and the other Spartans, which is an absolute perfect way to up the ante and keep you on your toes. Then go to Pack and hold out for about 30 seconds, and boom, Pack is powered up. This is absolute perfect design, both being easy for casual and hardcore alike, not having any too high barriers of entry, unlike Night of the Dead or Origins. The Underworld and Overworld flow in together perfectly, one being very saturated and one being very depressing colors. These work so well together, and also the amount of content spread out throughout the map is perfect. In the Underworld, there's 2 gauntlets, there's Pack-a-Punch, and there's 1 perk, and Pegasus Strike. In the Overworld, you have the shield, 3 perks, and the 2 gauntlets. The content is spread out through the map perfectly and giving you a reason to always go to the Underworld and always giving you a reason to go to the Overworld. And this is how every map should be designed, always giving you a reason to go somewhere, and this is absolute perfect map design. Then you have Mount Olympus, which can only be accessed after going through the entire Easter egg and the final step, which is a bit of a shame because it's so beautiful, blending the depressing greys from the Underworld with the vibrant colors of the Overworld to make this both saturated yet grey area looking amazing, in which you hop from these 3 islands all having a different design. Your spawn island looking like a Greek building turned to rubble. The second, a completely shrub area with only plants and trees and dark greys looking amazing. And then the last island is a nice blend between the first and second. You get from one island to another with this jump pad, having a short cooldown, which I really like. This area of the map, Ancient Evil, flows perfectly with very little hiccups, also showing off its boss zombies in each city area. You also have the usual chaos zombies being Blightfather, a super strong, vile looking creature who is a big threat and should be targeted immediately once being spawned in, and Catalyst zombies, which are really good in this map, unlike Voyager of Despair. Chapter 2. Let's talk characters. Most of you were expecting me to talk about our crew first, but no, I think the better characters in this story is Perseus, Pegasus, and Medusa, or the Oracle, but I'll be calling her Medusa from now on. Let's start with Medusa. Now, I must preface this part of the video with I am not an expert on Greek mythology, so if I get anything wrong about this character, I apologize. To the best of my knowledge, Medusa's story-wise is the only character who should be dead, because the way Pegasus comes into into existence, Medusa's head being chopped off by Perseus, and Medusa's blood merging the water from the ocean, birthing Pegasus. But this is probably Treyarchs' own take on Greek mythology, so I don't mind Medusa's. Medusa's is a mortal human cursed by the gods, and this is why she has snakes in her, summed up really quickly. If you look into her eyes, she will be turned into stone, and during the game, she randomly bestows you with these max ammos, or fixes your shield up, being a really nice bonus, and there is no known way to abuse this. Then, Pegasus being a flying horse, which is so cool. I love the stories behind Pegasus in Greek mythology so much. And again, in Ancient Evil, he helps you out with the Pegasus strike, being by far one of the strongest equipment ever, and he takes you to the underworld. Then Perseus, the nephew of Zeus himself, is your main protagonist. In Greek mythology, Perseus is a great hero who killed many monsters and is Hercules' grandfather, I believe. I may be wrong on that. In Ancient Evil, Perseus is the main antagonist, being the final boss fight, and a good one at that, and is a constant threat during the game. Ancient Evil honestly inspired me to learn about Greek mythology, and I implore you to learn about it as well. I will link some videos in the description so you guys can check it out yourself. Then you have the Chaos Crew being honestly at its best in Ancient Evil, with Scarlet not being annoying like she was in the previous maps, with a transition of Brutus from being a good guy to controlled by the cult, and Stanton as well, whilst Diego being the only one unaffected. But alas, we will never know what happens to this crew because it is left on a cliffhanger, which is a travesty in my opinion. The atmosphere of Ancient Evil is by far the best. I've always said it was roughed, but I was wrong. It's Ancient Evil. You really feel like you're inside the storybooks of Greek mythology, and for a nerd of Greek mythos like me, this is a dream. Everything in Ancient Evil adds up to the atmosphere, whether it's the shield, or the Pegasus strike, or the underworld, or Mount Olympus, or building the wonder weapon and traveling to River Styx, in which the wonder weapon is named after the boat driver, Charon. Amazing attention to detail. You know you've done a damn good job at the atmosphere of the map if you can go learn about Greek mythology and appreciate this map 10 times more. This is how every map atmosphere should be designed, around the map and not the game. Chapter 3. Wonder Weapons. The wonder weapons of Ancient Evil are on par, if not better, than the staves or bows. Again, they are 4 different variants: Charon, Gaia, Herma, and Orinus. Unlike the staves or the bow, there is no clear best gauntlet. Let's start off with Charon. Charon is definitely best suited for camping, with a charged up shot that will attract all nearby zombies like a monkey bomb and kill them in this pile of acid, and its regular shot pulling them down to Hades, which is such a cool look. Then Gaia, in my opinion, looking the best with this earthy look, one of the most unique design for one weapon in my opinion. Its regular shot just killing zombies, but its charged up shot literally sending through an earthquake through the ground, killing any zombie nearby. Gaia is definitely a jack of all trades, kind of gauntlet. Then we have the Herma gauntlet, which has by far the coolest charged up attack. You are literally granted the power of Zeus and shoot down lightning from the heavens, and its regular shot turns zombies to ash. This gauntlet is by far the best for training. Then finally, Orinus. The best way I could summarize this gun is the thunder gun. It absolutely blows zombies a mile away, and its regular shot launches them into the air, which is so cool. The process of building the gauntlets is by far the best for both casual and hardcore players, unlike the bows or staves, being a pretty big learning curve, but the gauntlets are accessible to all players, both new and veterans. Once you get good at building the gauntlets, you can probably smash it out in like 5 minutes, which is just so satisfying. The gauntlets are a perfect wonder weapon, and each gauntlet is tied into Greek mythology, with Charon being the captain of the boat at the River Styx, Orinus being the god of the sky, Gaia is literally the earth, Herma is the god of fertility, and all these little tie-ins just add to the absolute charm of this map. Chapter 4. Easter egg. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I'm not a big Easter egg kind of person, but after completing this Easter egg for the first time ever this week, I have to say it was absolute blast. It's probably the main reason I'm making this review right now. I enjoyed the entire quest, from completing trials to building every gauntlet, and then shooting the statues whilst in the zombie blood. Even the cog step wasn't too hard, except for the orc by one that took me 15 minutes. I'm not proud of that. Then the puzzle step with the electric zombie wasn't too bad, and okay, I cheesed the hold up step, but it's very hard in solo, okay, cut me some slack. And then the theater step, which may be one of my all-time favorite Easter egg steps. Before discussing the boss fight, the way these Easter eggs get you to use every gauntlet, unlike Origins or Horizon Drac, in which you have to build everyone, but you barely change from your personal favorite one. This game makes you use different gauntlets, which is how an Easter egg that involves a one weapon in the map should work, in my opinion. And then the boss fight. You get teleported to Mount Olympus, in which you have to fight against Perseus, but unfortunately he turns the mighty steed Pegasus against you, and you must take out your friend.
I know what I have to do, but I don't know if I have the strength to do it.
This fight will have you hopping from island to island, trying to dodge Perseus throwing his sword at you and Pegasus bringing down lightning from the heavens. You must damage him enough to get him down to the ground. Once you get him down to the ground, you gotta hit him as hard as you can, as quick as you can. If you do this correctly, the first stage will be finished, and the third island gets blown up, and if you're on it, you get insta-down, bringing so much challenge and keeping you moving quick and fast. And then you have to repeat step 1 again, and then the second island is blown up, and also Pegasus is killed. I'm sorry, my friend. I cannot stress how much fun this was. Constantly constantly keeping you on your toes, but not too oppressively difficult like some boss fights. Then you fight the man himself, Perseus, and he is much like Pegasus, but he has some meaty hits. Once you take him down, the boss fight is over, and you have this amazing cutscene, and the twist happens. The Oracle, who has been helping you out the entire game, isn't exactly on your side. I enjoyed this entire Easter egg from start to finish, and I implore you, if you haven't already finished it, to go and complete it. It is one of the best ever crafted Easter eggs, and every step works perfectly, and the boss fight is by far the best in any Treyarchs Zombies game. I'm gonna die in that bridge. Chapter 5. Gameplay. The gameplay of Ancient Evil is by far the best and most replayable for me, because you have this trial system, this challenge system. I believe it was first introduced on 9, but it is really good in this version. You have 4 levels. You have common, rare, legendary, and epic. Epic and legendary, you can get up to 2 more perks, which I love. Rare and legendary, you can get yourself an extra self revive. So on the higher rounds, you'll just find yourself doing challenges and adding so much more replayability. Challenge system in Ancient Evil is by far the best we ever got. But the gameplay of Ancient Evil works so well because, unlike Der Eisendry, when you don't build a bow and upgrade it, you feel a bit disadvantaged. But on Ancient Evil, you feel just fine without a gauntlet. The gauntlet helps you a lot more, yes, but you don't need it to play this map. This map is perfectly designed for all playstyles. Run and gun, training, hey, there's even a couple camping spots so you can get creative. This map is a perfect blend of all gameplays. We've all said in the previous chapters, does it work? Does it all flow together like a good map? And the answer is flawlessly. I really don't have too many negatives to say about this map. Only problem is, well, Black Ops 4 perk system and how you load them with a specialist kind of killing game progression, and also pack a punch in your gun 5 times is annoying, but that isn't this map's fault. Other than that, it all works perfectly. The charm of this map and how it ties into Greek mythology, how the Easter egg meticulously uses every part of the map, how there isn't any unused parts of the map, beautiful saturation of the overworld, also the depressing greys of the underworld, mixing so well together and giving so much charm to this map. I have always said Origins is my favourite map, but I take it back. My new favourite map is Ancient Evil. Ancient Evil has inspired me to learn about Greek mythology, and that's what a good map should do. I don't think any other zombie map has done that to me before, and that is why Ancient Evil is the best zombies map ever made. And what do you guys think? Do you think it's the best map ever? Let me know.